Hello there, my name is Jim, and in this video I'm going to show you some more edit pages on the vector sequencer. Now I've got some sequence here left over from something earlier. I'm going to hit on the Shift button and press the white button under Encoder 8 to clear out that pattern. I'm going to wander over to Globals, and we're going to increase the BPM, the tempo, just a little bit. I'm going to change the key to, we'll go with D major right now. Back to the pitch page, and I'm going to start by turning on shortish gates for every step, just working with an 8-step sequence. Start that up, and then kind of semi-randomly set up a default pattern. So that's your basic editing with pitch and gate. Now, other than pitch and gate, there are several other edit pages here we want to look at. We'll cover pitch through ratchet. Chance and modulation we'll cover in a different video. So if you push the pitch button, if you're already on the pitch page and you push the pitch button, it'll take you to the glide page. And glide allows you for CV outputs. We haven't done it for MIDI yet, hoping to get to that soon. It allows you to do pitch glide. So let's make our gate steps a little longer and go over to the glide page. And turn on some individual glide steps. Of course, we can use Encoder 9 to edit them all together. And of course, glide time, which always happens at the end of the step, or at least that's where the target is, and gate time interact with each other. So if I turn a little bit of glide on every step, a moderate amount, and then start playing with the gate time for longer gates, we have a more obvious glide. As we shorten the step, the glide is a little less obvious. And then another useful trick for slow sequences, let's say bring this down to 2 times whole notes, use a long gate time and a very long glide time. Now we get basically continuous slides between notes. And that is equally entertaining at slow speeds and fast speeds. Next up, along with gate, we'll shorten these gates a little bit, we have groove, which allows you to slide the timing of a step forward or backward relative to the other steps. So we'll start delaying the even numbered steps. And it's also useful here to use select steps. So I push the select button, which is B flat on the mini keyboard, and then use the white keys to select some steps, and now I can edit the groove timing, and we can kind of do unusual tricks, pushing things forward and backward. Shift select, clear the selection. And if we like, Shift gate, clear out the groove. Now's a good time to mention that if you just want general swing on the entire project, you can do that in the Globals page. And that's the easiest way if you want a nice swing going on. Okay, next up is velocity, and the alternate velocity pages are for MIDI CCs, so I'm just going to mention these for now. The CC values are here, and over on the sequence control page, page 3, you can set the CC numbers. I'll be covering this in more detail on a tutorial where I have some MIDI devices plugged in. Next up are length and repeat. Step length and step repeat are on the same button. Step length makes the step longer or shorter, and it's always relative to the current sequence rate. So right now we're at 16th notes, so a step length of 2 will make it an eighth note. In fact, we can make them all 2. And there's some fractional options in here. And in fact, a useful trick is if you are at 32nd notes, which is the fastest normal musical division, you can always go to length and cut it down like that to get a little video gamey action going on. But of course you can set these individually, and if you'll notice there's a step length readout up here that's useful for trying to keep a certain, there we are, we have a 3-beat length pattern. And then let's clear this out and move on to step repeat. Pretty self-explanatory. You can repeat a step up to 8 times. This is often fun to combine with skips. Next up we have ratchets. Now a ratchet basically subdivides a step into 2 pieces, 3 pieces, or 4 pieces, and fires them in succession rapidly, depending on how fast your sequence is. And this is also significantly sensitive to the envelope generator settings on your voice. So a shorter setting will give you a more obvious ratchet, but it can still be kind of nice to have that kind of like a little bit of a flutter tone going on with a longer envelope. And of course, adjusting them all at once is an interesting way to get a few variations in. So that's everything for our quick tour through some of the alternate edit pages, including glide, groove, velocity, step length and repeat, and ratchet. Next up, we'll cover chance operations.